Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Trading Table. This is Andrew. Joined with me is Landon, and today we're going to be going over some of the biggest movers of the market, what to watch for tomorrow, and more. Looking at our heat map here, we could see kind of a sea of red in our small to mid cap stocks, but the large caps were doing great today. Tesla 6%, Amazon 2%, Nvidia and all of tech in the green today. Looking at SPY's chart here, we're seeing a continuation of this level. Very, very choppy, right? From 542 to I'd say 546. We've just been chopping around the past 2 days, but market does close early tomorrow at 1 p.m. So let's keep an eye out for that. Don't get surprised by the market closing. So if you have any positions open, just make sure you take care of those if you don't want to swing them. For SPY though, I am hopeful that we will be testing some new all-time highs sooner or later. We are chopping out here, but I think it's definitely possible that we can push to some all-time highs again. Just looking at AMD, right? So chip stocks have been, doing very, very well, but AMD has just been lagging behind. So any of you guys with, long-term on AMD, definitely not my favorite right now. But, in other words, just watch out for that and don't overthink chips too much. Nvidia is the leader. Just keep that in mind. Nvidia had a very interesting day today, right? Very, very volatile day. At early in the morning, we had a huge sell-off, and then just right back to the upside with Nvidia. We had a bounce off of this 119 here, and then we continued all the way up for a 5% gain from that little bottom there in just 2 hours, which is just insane. That's a very, very strong uptrend with little to no pullbacks. Nvidia had a great day today, which is very weird for SPY, right? Because we can see Nvidia had a great day and SPY kind of followed, but I don't know. SPY's continuation up just kind of seemed like it was lagging behind, not really following as hard. So I don't know. We are seeing the furthest, what's the word I'm searching for? The furthest correlation difference. Sorry, I lagged out there. But furthest correlation difference in stocks, like the large caps that really move it. We're seeing not a lot of correlation there. It's kind of a weird period, but and when Nvidia does good, the market will do good. Just don't rely too heavy on it. China stocks kind of had a better day. PDD is still in the dumps, but still hopeful it can go up. Big money's still in this. I mean, that guy is just insane, or whoever that is, hedge fund, whatever they may be. But they do have time. They are still in, which is absurd, but everything else relatively down. Baba's still sitting around that 72 level, which I don't really like to see, but it is what it is. Their 1 year price target is still 104. Hasn't really been adjusted much by any financial institutions or agencies. So honestly, I'm still bullish on Baba for the long term, but for the short term, I can understand if you take some shorts on it, right? Nothing wrong with taking some shorts there with Baba in the short term. Bitcoin is coming back up for all you crypto guys out there, but it's still kind of faltering a little bit. But nevertheless, I think crypto will be at 150,000 in like 10, 15 years. So just crypto, great. Pulling back is always good to make new highs, and that's kind of the case for anything that has price and is publicly traded. So crypto doing good right now, and that means that Mara and Riot are doing good right now. We've seen very strong uptrends in Mara today. And we're definitely working on, being able to predict these. So watch out for a new bot here in the near future. But Riot, also kind of following Mara, up 8%. Mara was up 13% today. Banger days for both of those. And we do have a bunch of big money plays today. So let's just jump straight to that. Jump into Landon now for some of our big money plays for today.
Yeah, thank you, Andrew. Pretty good day for big money. Moving on to our first big money play. For our first one, we have Apple, and today we were 4 out of 5 on big money plays. There's still duration on these contracts, but this was the worst play. It was for ticker symbol AAPL or Apple. It was a put contract, strike of 210, expiration of 8/16/2024. The premium count for this contract was pretty much 1,980,000. Total volume of 1.75K. Wasn't my favorite movement today. We saw it move up, kind of like the rest of the tech sector, in a sort of way. But wasn't my favorite movement. Apple just kind of moved up all day. But a lot of people are saying Apple, kind of in the next month or so is going to have a pullback just because it's moved so much, upwards to kind of pull it back so then it can continue its upward trend. But yeah, not my favorite play there for today, but definitely, this could be better entry for us, right? Um, $1 million total premium for like a big blue chip stock like Apple is not a crazy amount, but definitely something to watch because when Apple moves, Apple moves. But moving on to our next one. Now this is actually where we the big money plays start to get good for ticker symbol TSM, right? Um, just to reiterate the play for you guys, it was a put option contract, strike of 170, expiration of 8/16/2024, total premium count of 916K, and a total volume of 1K. And the bot called this out at 9:49 a.m. And I mean, a beautiful move as you guys can see, just absolutely dropped down like crazy. But moving on to our next one, is for one of our favorite stocks to short or go put option contract on, IWM. And just to reiterate the play for you guys here, it was a put option contract, strike of 192, expiration of 8/16/2024, total premium account of 7.69 million. That's a lot of money, guys. And a total volume of 44K. So I mean, the data there is insane. People are really shorting this stock. People are not liking this at all. Everything is just indicating it to go down, and we've pretty much seen that here with the chart. But really good movement for this stock today as it moved down like crazy. But moving on to our next one, it's for ticker symbol CRNX, right? And to reiterate the play here for you guys, call option contract, strike of 50, expiration of 9/20/2024, total premium count of 953K, and a total volume of 2.8K. Data there is pretty solid, and the bot called this at 11:14 a.m. Almost perfect entry. I mean, crazy movement today for this. Really good movement upwards. The bot called this at it almost. It can't like I don't even know if it can get better than that. I'm not gonna lie. Really good movement there. But moving on to our final play, we have for ticker symbol GTLB, and I will say this play has a lot of time on it. But it was a call option contract, strike of 75, expiration of 1/16/2026. So we got a lot of time there. And then a total premium count 847K and a total volume of 1K. And the bot called this at 2:42 p.m. And I mean the movement there was really good. We just saw it go up, but the duration there is super long. So this is definitely a long-term hold. Big money is planning on this stock moving upwards on the long run. But that's all for big money today. Back to you, Andrew.
Yeah, Landon, a lot of plays today, but just because the bot calls something out doesn't mean you should enter it right when it calls out. Does that sometimes work out? Yes, but you should always evaluate your own entry because as you saw with the Apple play, our bot is modeled around a huge amount of money coming into an options contract, which means the open interest is irregular, whole bunch of technical stuff, but uh, you know that doesn't always mean that it's going to move in the correct direction because those big investors are not always right. So, play at your own risk and just evaluate your own entry, right? Because, entering Apple puts definitely would have set you back a little bit today. So, evaluate the entry, wait for it to have its move, and just be smart with your money, right? But this IWM play, I love IWM. I love shorting IWM. Got to be one of my favorite stocks to short. The last time we entered it, I think there was like 3 million premiums right around when I was on vacation. So I think it was this day. I do believe it was the 13th, and beautiful move down all the way down to the 199 area. So, hopefully we can see something similar here with IWM. The most weighted stock for IWM is SMCI. As you can see, they're not like completely similar, but, relatively kind of similar. This is made up of like, I don't know, 300 stocks, I believe. But SMCI does have that 1%, which is the most in IWM. IWM is just a bunch of small cap ETFs. So, just keep that in mind. But yeah, continuation to the downside would be very nice for IWM. And that is a lot of money there with a good amount of time. So for tomorrow on our economic calendar, we do have Jerome Powell speaking at 9:30. So be careful how you trade when he's speaking because there will be a lot of volatility. I mean, he says one word and the market will do a backflip. And then we have Jolt's job openings, which won't really affect the market too much unless the number comes in like very inconceivably low. But other than that, that's all for today, guys. Thank you so much for tuning into the trading table. This has been Andrew and Landon. Be sure to join our free Discord. Link is in the description. And we'll see you guys tomorrow at market close.